let's talk about responsibility. Who are you responsible to when you're programming? Well, this is my answer. This is who I think I am responsible to when I'm writing code. My number one responsibility is to the people, to the poor bastards who have to use my software. I want it to work really well for them. I don't want to frustrate them. I don't want to confuse them. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to lead them to ruin. I want to give them the best experience possible. I want to make their lives better to the extent that I can. We imagine in the software industry that we're making the world a better place, despite all the obvious evidence to the contrary. We really want to believe that. But we should at least try to make it true for the people who are using our stuff as they're using it. We should at least do that. I've seen teams where they have contempt for their users. They hate their users. The user's always complaining. They don't understand how to use our stuff. They don't appreciate our genius. They're stupid. They're awful people. Hate them, which I think is totally toxic. That it's inexcusable. We should never be thinking like that. Everything that we do should be in service to humanity. Number two, the team. I want to be writing the best code that I can, the clearest, best, well-documented, easy to understand, good code, because other people who I'm going to be working with are going to have to take that code and make it better. And I don't want to be setting them up for failure. I don't want to be frustrating them. I don't want to be making their lives worse. I want to make their lives better. I want good code for everybody, and I expect them to do the same. So programming can be a solo activity, but generally we're trying to do stuff which is so complicated and we're trying to do it so quickly. We're working in teams almost all the time, and sometimes big teams. And in large literary efforts, there's this idea of writing with a single voice. Like if you're writing an encyclopedia, or if you're a couple of authors writing a book, or if you're writing a magazine, or some other thing, we've got lots of writers working on the same project. They're all trying to write in the same voice. And that doesn't interfere at all with being able to express good ideas and presenting it clearly. And I think we need to be doing that in writing software too. So I want us to be writing all in the same voice. And that voice is the smartest, most professional programmer who's ever lived. I want everybody on the team to be writing up to that level. I don't want anybody dumbing it down because they think they need to express themselves by leaving out their semicolons. I want everybody to be writing really well. Then number three, management. If they ask for it and it makes sense, okay, we'll do that too. Now some managers might be saying, whoa, wait a minute, we're supposed to be in charge here. Shouldn't we be number one? And I don't think so. I think number three is the right place for them. So if you look at what a CEO does, one of their most important responsibilities is to help the company look out. There's a tendency in a company, especially as they get bigger, that everything is focused inside. There's competition for resources and attention and promotion and all that stuff. And you tend to forget about the customer, and you tend to forget about the marketplace and all these really things that are actually much more important than what's going on inside. And part of the CEO's role is to remind the company of that. And you see CEOs always saying things like, be the customer and be customer focused and all that stuff. That's what that's all about. And that's very compatible with what I'm saying. I'm saying number one, the people. Then one of the biggest problems that companies have is that their code bases are awful, that they're full of cruft, they're what they call legacy, it's just awful stuff, and that seriously impairs the company's ability to compete, that you can't make changes, you can't extend, you can't grow because the software is holding you back because of its poor quality. So the software becomes a liability rather than an asset. And I think we can change that if we're writing high quality software for the team. We allow the company then to be much more competitive, much more responsive, much better to serve the market. So suppose you're writing your own software, you're at home and you're doing your own stuff. What are your responsibilities then? Number one, still the people. I mean, assuming that someone else is ever going to have to write your stuff, you really should write it well, write it for them, whoever they might be. Even if you don't know who they're going to be, you should still have somebody in mind when you're writing this stuff. And then number two, the team. If you have any ambition of this stuff getting good enough that you might want to open source it, that means your team is now potentially every programmer in the world. So make it good for them. And then number three, your management, so knock yourself out. So that brings us to the end. I can't think of anything else to tell you. So thank you all very much. But before we go, I've got one piece of advice. This is really serious, and I hope you don't forget this. I'm really serious now. Please, don't make bugs. Thank you.